Royal Discovery proudly presents Troubles in the Colonies.
Welcome to Liberty News. We're bringing you old news as if it happened right now. I'm Hank.
And I'm Rob. Today we bring you to the late 1700s where the American colonists and the government of Great Britain are not getting along.
That's right, Lila. We got trouble right here in the colonists. Let's go to our reporter, Alondra, who is now on site as we speak. Alondra.
Thank you, Hank. I'm here in Williamsburg, Virginia, speaking of a colonist, would you tell our viewers what you were telling me before we went on the air?
Sure. I was saying I was loyal to the king as the next guy. England is my country, but I don't like is when he starts treating us like disobedient children. We've done nothing wrong and we're just living our lives. And wham! He starts taxing us.
Why do you not like the taxes? Do they cost too much money?
Money, it's not about the money. It's that he's trying to tell us what to do without even giving us a say. We have our own lawmakers here in the colonies, but is he working with them? No, I don't know what to think. We haven't had these troubles before. It's not right.
That seems to be a general opinion. Hank, the people are confused. They want things to go back to normal.
Thank you, Alondra. Let's head now to the historian room where the historians will give us some background on today's events.
Thanks, Hank. These days are very important in American history. Up until this time, the people of the 13 colonies have been happy to be British subjects.
Because the king is all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, he has to let the colonies make their own laws. He's still the king, but they can't govern it. But they can govern themselves and make their own choices.
For experiment, when the Pilgrims landed in the New World in 1620, they wrote the Mayflower Compact. The Mayflower Compact said they were loyal subjects of the King of Britain. They were joining together as a community or civil body politic. It said they would make good laws for the colonists and the promise to obey those laws.
The Mayflower Compact. We, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign lord, King James, do solemnly and mutually, in the presence of God and one another, combine ourselves into a civil body politic, and frame such just and equal laws as shall be thought for the general good of our colony, unto which we promise all due obedience.
The other colonists.
Each colony has had their own government. They have their own way of running the colony and making laws under the rule of the King of Great Britain.
You said earlier that the colonists have been happy until now.
support trade? Great question. As the colonists grew, more people traveled further west. Great Britain wasn't the only European country that claimed land in North America. So did France. Soon there was conflict.
The French and Indian War.
Exactly. The French and British fought each other in Europe and in North America. Native American tribes joined different sides of the fight. The Colonies tribe for the British.
After 7 years, the French and Indian War ended. Great Britain won the land it wanted in America.
Wars cost a lot of money.
That's right. So now the British government has decided it is time the colonies start paying their part of the bill. After all, haven't they been allowed to pretty much do whatever they wanted for over 100 years?
Oh, now comes the problem.
The British government is trying to make the colonies pay money called taxes. But the colonists feel like they are being treated unfairly. I agree, Hank. Here is the reason for today's trouble.
Thank you. We now go to the Benjamin Franklin. He just spent some time with early Granville in England. Mr. Franklin, please tell us about your conversation with the British leader.
Of course, well, the Earl and I were talking, and he said that the king is the lawmaker for the colonies. I told him this was news to me. I always understood from our charters that our laws were made by our assemblies. Of course, our laws were to be approved by the king, but once the king gave his okay, he could not change our laws. Our assemblies couldn't make laws without his okay, but he couldn't make laws for us without our okay either.
What did he have to say to that?
He told me I was mistaken, that I was wrong.
It sounds like they do not even think of the colonists as having the same rights as Englishmen.
I fear you may be right. If we cannot agree on the rights of the colonies to govern themselves, then I fear we may have more trouble ahead.
Very interesting. We go now to a quote from the speech by William Pitt, Earl of Chatham in England. Roll it.
I love America because they love liberty. But this is the mother country. They are children. They must obey and we must prescribe.
I don't know about you, Hank, but I'm starting to understand why the colonists are worried that freedom is about to be taken away. Let's go now to Patrick Henry, one of the lawmakers in the colony of the Mr. Henry, tell us what you think about all of this.
I think for England to tell us what to do, especially in the case of paying taxes, this is against the very British freedom that we love. Only those who we have chosen to represent us and who live with us can know what taxes we are able to bear, and the easiest way to raise that money.
So you do not think laws should be made all the way across the Atlantic Ocean in England for the Americans colonists without someone from the colonies helping to make those laws?
That's right, Herbert. Representation is the only way we can stay safe from burdensome taxation. Representation is what makes British freedom what it is. We've enjoyed this right for many years. I do not see why that should change now. I will not let it change now.
That's right, Mr. Henry. Well, Lila, it seems things are heating up in the colonies.
That's right, Hank. Representation, freedom, taxation, those are the hot topics these days in the late 1700s.
It doesn't sound like the colonists are going to give up their rights as British subjects without a fight.
Meanwhile, the British government sees them as disobedient children. Will the king listen to what the colonists have to say? Will the colonists do anything to protect their freedoms as British subjects? Only time will tell.
Well, that's all we have time for today. I'm Hank.
And I'm Lem, reminding you to keep learning.
Learning!